U6 L13b, we're solving more equations, and we start with this one where we have 3. That's not going to work at all, is it? That's 3w plus 12 equals 6. So we have to, so we would, we treat this like it's a scale like we had before, and we would have to subtract those little circular weights like we had before. And we have 3w is equal to 12. 6 minus 12 is -6. And then each weight is, there's 3 weights weighing -6, which is kind of weird. But anyway, we need to divide by 3 because that's the inverse of multiplication. So those 3's cancel, and -6 divided by 3 is -2. So that would be it. That's -2. W is -2. Okay, next we have this one. So this is problem number, I forgot now. Let's see, number 3. Okay, so this is number 3. Oops, that's not going to work. Number 3. So -4b minus 8 equals -48. And so treating this like it's a scale and we're removing the small circular weights, we would have to use the inverse. The inverse of subtraction is addition. And so this action cancel each other out. And we need to do -48 plus 8. That's -40. And we have -4b here. So the inverse of multiplication is division. So we divide, but you have to make sure you divide by exactly the same number, -4. And here, you got to do the same thing on both sides of the equal sign. So we end up with b is equal to -40 divided by -4, which is +10. +10 should be the right answer. And it is. So for this one, we have -9h plus 8 equals 3. And so we subtract 8 from both sides because that's the inverse of adding, making sure that we do the same thing on both sides of the equal sign. So 3 minus 8 is -5. We have -9h here. And these two things cancel each other out. Now we have to divide both sides by -9. Remember, you divide by the same number. So divide by -9, they cancel each other out. -5 divided by -9. That doesn't turn out to be a nice number, but negative divided by negative is positive. So this will be 5/9. And we would then do 5/9, and it works. On the next one, we have 8z minus 9 equals -2. And we would add 9 to both sides. So we have 8z equals -2 plus 9 is 7. And so this action, the inverse operations cancel each other out. 8 times z, well, you divide by 8. Those cancel each other out. 7 divided by 8. Don't know what 7, I mean, I can figure out what 7 divided by 8 is, but we can just leave our answer as a reduced fraction, 7/8, and it's fine. For this one, we have 3/5 j minus 8 equals -14. And so we have the inverse of subtraction is addition. So I would add 8 to both sides. We have 3/5 j And those cancel equals, that ends at negative 14 plus 8 is negative 6. Now, I think that what I would probably do here is I would just divide by 3/5. These cancel like this, and this is divided by 3/5. But instead of writing it like that, I think what would be better is if I wrote it as negative 6 divided by, oops, trying to write it, this division is not so easy, divided by 3/5. And if you divide by 3/5, that's the same thing as multiplying by 5/3. And negative 6 is the same thing as negative 6 over 1. I say I can cross cancel here. I can divide these both by 3, and this is 1, and this is negative 2. And so we're all done, almost. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10, and 1 times 1 is 1. So this whole thing is equal to negative 10. Can I squeeze that in there? Oh, I can't. I got to write it over here. Negative 10. That is our final answer. And this ends up being negative 10. This one is number 7. So we have 3/5 plus 2, 3/5 t plus 2 equals 8. And so I would subtract 2 from both sides. And we get 3/5 t equals, that's 6. And now I would divide by 3/5. And notice I said divide by 3/5. So I'll just write it like this: divide by 3/5. So 6 over 1 times 5/3. And that ends up, oh, I can cross cancel here. That's a 1, and that's a 2. And 2 times 5 is 10 over 1, so that's just 10. Okay, 10. Which expression is equivalent to this? Well, we need to, can I use my pen now? So negative, no, for some reason, oh, I'll just do it like this. Oh, wow, it's not working at all. Let's see. Should I do this? Okay, I think that's why. So I clear the selection. Let's try this again. Yeah, that's clear. Will this work now? Nope. Okay, so negative 7, and then we have 11x minus 3. So we have to distribute that negative 7. That's negative 7 times 11x is negative 77x, and negative 7 times negative 3 is positive 21. And so which one is that one? That is this one. I think that's it. Can I hit the enter key for this? Nope. I have to go down here in some middle parts. Okay, so there's that. Where are we at here? Okay, next we have this. So we have negative 4x plus negative 4 times negative 9. And negative 4 times negative 9 is positive 36. We have negative 4x plus, and that's it. That is negative 4x plus 36. That's this one right here. That's pretty easy, huh? Okay. For this one, I'm trying to find out what is the value of n. And n is the number in front of the x, or called the coefficient of x. So it's negative x. I don't even care what the numbers are at this point. I just care what is the value of the coefficient. So let's just write down the terms: plus 0.6x point. Okay. I just want to put these two together. So this counts as negative 1. So the question is, what's negative 1 plus 6? Well, the signs are different. We need to subtract them because what we're dealing with is if this is 0, and then we have -1 over here, we're going to -1, but then we're going this way, oh God, will it go? Point 0.6. Ugh, I think I'm too close to the top right there. It's cutting it off. Point 0.6 right there. Oh my God, this is a terrible drawing. Let me try that again. 0, -1. We're going this way, -1, but then the plus 0.6 means we have to go this way, 0.6. So where do we end up? We end up at negative 0.4 because 1 minus 0.6 is 0.4. That is the answer. That's the number that's negative 0.4x. That should be right here. Negative 0.4. Don't put the x because you're asked to find out what's the coefficient. The coefficient is negative 0.4. Okay, for this one, we have 6x plus x plus 9 plus 8x. And let's put all the what variable terms together. 6x plus 1x is 7x, plus 8x is 15x, and then plus 9. That's it. 15x plus 9. 15x plus 9. Oh, I didn't answer the other part. Duh. I should have put this one down, 15x plus 9, and then 7x plus 8x, that is 15x. So it should have been these two right here, and then 14x plus another x is 15x. So it should have been the first one, the second one, and the fourth one. And I'll check with the key here. And notice the key gives us all this stuff. And it should be the first, the second, and the, all three. Yeah. Okay, for this one, we have, let's see if I can use this. So we have A is 3x plus 9. And then we have B minus 18x. So what that tells me is I see these two x terms right here. They're connected. If I do 18x divided by 3x, the x's cancel out, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. So that means A has to be 6. Now, if A is 6, then B is connected to the 9 right there, right? Or kind of like those are the constants. So what we need to know, what we need to realize is since A is 6, then 6 needs to be multiplied by 9. And 6 times 9 is 54. That's the value of B, 54. Oh, I'm wrong on both kids. Oh my God. How silly was that? That was crazy. So I, I so what I should have been doing on this problem is if I have oh, I need the pen here. So A 3x plus 9, and then b minus 18x. What I should have done is I should have done negative 18x divided by 3x, and that's negative 6. That's negative 6 because the x's cancel out. That's why the answer right here is negative 6, not 6. Then what do I need to do? Well, since a is negative 6, then I multiply negative 6 times 9, which is negative 54. And I bet you this says negative 54. So there you go. Okay, next question. Okay, the discount on an item is 23%. So what is that? What do we do then? We have this item that is in P dollars. Wow, my pen just fails me. Why does my pen fail me? Um, I do not know why. So It's P dollars, and there's a discount. So we subtract, and we subtract 23% of P. 23% is 0.23 times P. That gets us that. Um, oh, which expression is the total cost? Well, oh, write an expression. Okay, so I'll just do that. So it'd be P minus 0.23P. There we go. Okay, so we have these expressions here. We're on number 14. And so 5 plus -7, that's the same thing as -5 minus 7. Just all you have to do is just um, forget that right there. You have -5 minus 7. Now, over here, -7 plus -7 minus 8, that's the same thing as -7 plus -8. And yeah, that's it. Can't be anything else. And then this one here, um, when you subtract a negatives, that's the same thing as just calling it addition. Oops, 5, -2 plus 5. Let's, and then that's right here. That should be it. Submit them all, and there you go. Okay, this one, let's see. Enter the difference in degrees between the first and fourth measurement. So the first one, I see the first one is this one right here, and the fourth one is right here. So this distance is 4.5. And the fourth right here, that distance is 3.5. I know it's -3.5, but really just the distance is that. And then 4.5 plus 3.5, that's 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. So 7, but a half plus a half is 1. So 7 plus 1 is 8. So this would be 8. Same thing like I just did. We have, this is number 16. So in number 16, in fact, maybe I'll even do this so I can fit a little bit more in there. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll make it bigger. So let's see. The difference here is between second and third down. The second down is the second down is 6.5 yards, and the first, second and third down is here, and the third down is also 6.5 yards, and 6.5 plus 6.5 together, that's 13. That's pretty easy. So that's 13. For this one, I don't even think I have to know what the numbers are necessarily. I just need to know the signs. I see that this is a positive, which is moving to the right first. So that leaves that one out. And it leaves this one out too. It's not that. So it's one of the other two. So it's one of these. So I have to add a negative 1.25. Well, this one's not adding a negative, it's adding a positive or subtracting a negative. So it has to be this one. I mean, without even doing real math, right? We can just think that one through. Okay. And I have to have the answer. The answer to this one ends up being -1. It lands on -1 right there. So this is -1. And I think that rounds it all out. So there you go.